Hello, today I would like to talk with you about Bitcoin from another angle, another way of looking at it. So the first idea is that it's really decentralized and there is nobody in charge of it, nobody that is, emerging among the peers. You have the community, the developers, but there is no foundation like it is the case for Ethereum, for instance. Second, the fact that it's really decentralized makes it less prone to censorship. Then, of course, you might, work a little bit around it. But in principle, you cannot just turn it off for one piece. You turn it off completely or not. So it's really decentralized and there's no censorship agency or whatever who can control or influence it. Third, many argue that it's deadly slow, it's really old, and it doesn't really offer any features. For example, you cannot create NFTs upon it, these fancy things. But probably this is the greatest advantage Bitcoin has. So it's about doing one thing very well to become an infrastructure, and then somebody else in the future will come to build applications upon it. So it's like the internet. It was defined essentially at its core in the 80s, not based on what was the best technology and so on. So again, few things designed and done quite well. Everything could be, even better, but the internet was designed good enough to then become a platform, and all the other applications, web, mail, you name it, what we are doing right now, TikTok, it's just a consequence of building upon and upon and upon. So it's like, a sequence of layers. Last but not least, I mentioned many times in this video the fact that the Bitcoin is really and purely decentralized, but it was created by a person, likely. Everybody knows about Satoshi Nakamoto. Was it a team? Was it a person? Likely, and this is my personal belief, it was a person. And this person really died sometime after releasing the initial papers and the initial implementation, because chances are that it's in the nature of the human being to say something. So if I was Satoshi Nakamoto, at a certain point, to my mother, to somebody, I could just say, look, this Bitcoin thing, I'm behind it. Or Satoshi Nakamoto could have tried to influence somehow Bitcoin. But nothing of this has really happened, at least based on what we know. And chances are that this is the result of Satoshi Nakamoto really dying after some time after the release of the initial papers. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I just wanted to bring with you to bring my ideas to you. It's another way of looking at Bitcoin. So to recap, it's really old, but it's stable. It does one thing very well, and probably this is the reason why Bitcoin is gonna last. Cheers.